Hey guys, I'm back and here with another stretching video for you guys today. We're going to be doing neck and shoulders. I got a lot of requests, so we're going to take it easy. It's going to be a really simple stretch. Hopefully it'll relieve some pain if you've been having some tension in those areas. So we're going to just start by warming up the neck, going up and down. Make sure you're breathing and really just going through the neck. Good. And breathe. Take a deep breath. And then you'll go from side to side. All right, so we'll go side and over to the other side, making sure that you're really getting into the stretch. Make sure your shoulders aren't up by your ears. Make sure they're dropped. And just going from side to side, warming up the neck. Good. And breathe. We'll take another deep breath in and out. We're going to take it from side to side now. Good. You can do this stretch standing or sitting. I will stand up in a little bit to show you some more stuff, but you can do this seated. So again, just tilting that head from side to side. You're going to feel it all along the side of your neck. Good. Now you'll go over to one side. Put a little bit of weight on your head, make sure the shoulder is dropped, and just release. Feel that stretch on the side of your neck. Good. And breathe. Good. Now what you're going to do is you're going to angle your head downwards, put that hand back on your head, and now you'll feel it in a completely different area. You'll feel it more along the back side of your neck, and just pull down a little bit, not too much, only go as much as when you feel a stretch. Don't try to force anything, and if any of this hurts, immediately stop doing it. I don't want any injuries. We want this to be relieving. So we'll take the same thing on the other side, putting that hand on the head, releasing that shoulder, and just breathing, feeling that stretch along the side. And then once you're done and you feel good in that position, you'll turn that head kind of towards your armpit, and then you will pull down and you'll feel a different stretch along the back of your neck. Good, and make sure you're just breathing, trying to let go of any tension in your neck. Good. And I'm gonna take a few head rolls on each side, so we'll start really just getting into each little crack. My neck tends to crack during this a lot, but just taking it slow, you'll go the other way. Making sure you aren't letting your shoulders come up at all. Good. So after you've done that a few times, as many times as you need, you'll take both those hands behind your head, drop the chin, and curve the spine. So I'll turn to the side so you can see. So again, taking those hands behind the head, curving the spine, dropping the chin, and just letting that release. You can let those elbows come in. Good, and just breathe. Feel that head-tail connection again. The pelvis is curving in. You're feeling that whole connection throughout the spine. The spine is curved. And come up. Good. We're going to take some shoulder stretches next. Again, you can do this standing or seated. I'm first going to show you some standing stuff. So let me angle this a little bit upwards so you can see the full thing. All right. So what you're going to do, I'm going to turn around just for a sec so you can see. You're going to grab one wrist and pull down that shoulder, and pull down that arm and tilt that head. So you're going to tilt your head to the side, and you're going to pull that opposite hand down. I usually like to just give a little tug on my wrist, but I can really feel the stretch along the side of my neck and down into my shoulder. And once you're done on that side, you'll do the same thing on the other side, tilting that head, grabbing that wrist, pulling down. All right, good. And making sure that you're breathing just in and out. And once you're done with that, let's take some shoulder rolls. So we'll just go up and around. Just get into those shoulders, warming it up. Breathing. And we'll take it forwards as well. Again, if you're feeling some cracks in there, that's okay, as long as it's not painful. Good, and we'll go around, big circles all the way to the back. And we'll go forwards. And then usually what I like to do is I like to crisscross my arms in front and kind of really let them loose. Again, not trying to force it, I'm just letting my arms loose. And we'll take one arm across. Again, this is just a really simple stretch. I do this pretty much every day just to get into my shoulders and neck. Since I personally hold a lot of tension there, you can roll out those wrists. Again, just breathing. And we'll take the other side, same thing on the other side. You can roll out that hand. And just pulling that arm towards you. Good, we'll take that up and over. You're gonna push down on that elbow. You're gonna feel this all along the bottom of your arm, all right? And again, don't try to force anything, only go as far as you can. And we'll switch out that arm, same thing on the other side. Just breathing. My shoulders have actually been really tense recently, so this is actually really nice for me to do this on myself. Good, and we'll go down. So next we're gonna do a few roll downs. This is good for like head releases. I do this stretch every single day. You're gonna feel it in your hamstrings a little bit, but I really want you to focus on the articulation of your spine. So I'll go from the side so you can see. We'll drop the chin first, curve the back. You want to feel every vertebrae as you roll down, all right? So go very slow on this. I'm trying to feel each vertebrae as I curl my spine and go all the way down. If you can't touch your feet, that is okay. I'm gonna do a separate video on that and how to achieve that. But again, you just wanna focus on the curvature of your spine. Good. Now, how to come up. You're gonna tuck the pelvis like so. So you tuck and roll up and stack each vertebrae on top of one another, letting your head be the last thing to come up. You'll do that 2 more times, all right? So we'll do it again, rolling down through the spine and sinking. Take a breath at the bottom and then tuck the pelvis to come back up. Let your head be the last thing to come up. One more time, all the way down. Really rolling out through that spine. Letting your hands come down as far as they can. Doesn't matter where they are as long as you're feeling that stretch. And we'll come all the way back up, letting your head be the last thing. All right. Next is one of my favorite stretches ever for like opening up the shoulders and the chest. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay on your back. And you can do this also with a foam roller. I don't know where mine is right now. I'll have to find it later, but just watch. So you'll go over to one side. Actually, I'm gonna go to this side. So you're gonna roll over on one side, have both your elbows tucked in. Your knees are up. You're kind of like in a ball. And you're gonna keep your knees together, but you're gonna open up this elbow and rotate all the way as far as you can. And you should really feel your chest opening up, but keeping your shoulder on the floor and just breathing. Good, and we'll bring it back in and we'll go again. Opening up that shoulder, feeling that release and closing it. And you can do this as many times as you want. I'm gonna demonstrate on the other side again. So again, coming over, both knees are bent. You're in this position. You're gonna Raise up that elbow, let the elbow lead, and twist your spine. I just got a crack. And then just breathe once you're there. You can see I'm actually not as flexible in this shoulder as I am the other one, but you can build up to it. And coming back in, breathing, and letting that elbow come out, feeling that shoulder release. Good. And breathe. And you'll come back, and we're gonna go into a child's pose. All right, I'll go from this side. You're gonna go straight into child's pose as a resting position. Let those arms hang out. All right, feeling that stretch. And breathing. And we'll come up to an all fours position. We'll do cat and cow. So I want you to focus on the head-tail connection. So as I go up into cow, my head lifts as well. And then when I go into cat position, the pelvis tucks underneath and my shoulder blades spread apart. And so we'll go back into cow, letting that pelvis tilt upwards, and then we'll go down again, letting the shoulders spread apart, tucking that pelvis in. Again, we'll do this again. Up, breathing, and tucking the tail underneath. Good. And we'll go back into our child's pose. Really let those arms stretch out. You can stay in this position as long as you want. It's all about what feels good for you. So if I'm doing something that doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. But if I am, hold it as long as you need to. You know your own body, so you know what's best for you. So there's another thing that you could do in child's pose. And what you can do is you can tuck one arm underneath. And sometimes this is good enough for everyone. But some people will even raise their other arm and twist their entire spine. All right, so this is something that you can do, but you can modify as you wish. If you just want to stay here, or if you just want to stay in child's pose, that's fine too. All right, so I'll demonstrate on the other side. You tuck, you weave that arm through, and sometimes this is just fine, just right here. I'm getting a stretch here, but if you wanted more, you can bring that arm up. I'm not as flexible on this side as I am the other side, so I'm not getting that much of a twist, so I'm just going to stay in this position. All right, and you'll come back up. Hold these positions for 30 seconds or more, as long as you wish, and do them whenever you're feeling that kind of pain. And hopefully these can provide some form of relief for you guys. My next video, I will be doing how to touch your toes, since that's something that I got a lot of. And I will be now posting weekly as well, since I've gotten so many requests. But yeah, comment down below some things that you would like to see next in my stretching videos, and I'll get right on it. But otherwise, thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!